Give it few seconds. It will create the index. Refresh. Oh, I got it. You see what is the problem? I created it for capital U users. It should be small u users. Yeah, users. Now if I do, no, just run here db.users and click this. This will take some time to create the index. Now the index is created. Now we can look at here. If I refresh, there's an index which is 3.3 MB. There's an index called as 3.3 MB. And if I just open it, it is a user increasing order. The user ID in increasing order is saved here. Now what I can do is I'll run the same query that I've run before, and I'm going to increase the font size. I'm going to run the same query, which is this query, and let's see how much time this takes this time. This ran very quickly, and if I just scroll up, what is the execution time? Execution time is 0. Now it is 0 actually. It is less than 1 millisecond. Okay, this is the power of indexes. You see, Vivek, what is happening here? Karan, do you follow? Suddenly the time is reduced by a factor of 200. Karan. Gauri, do you see that? Do you see this magic? This is what is called as. And let's see how many keys were examined. So indexing sorts the data, but it saves it sorts it and it saves it into a B tree. So you can access the data very quickly. Okay. So now there is also something called as document access. There's something called as document examined. So execution stats. This is execution this is execution stats. In this total document examined is 1. Only one document was examined here. Okay. Now let's look at the previous question. Previously, when we had this, total doc examined was 246,000. Okay. These many documents were examined previously. Now only one document was examined. If you examine one document, you have the answer that you are looking for. Does that make sense? Why pass 1 to create index? Because that shows that we want it in increasing order. If you want it in decreasing order, we can do it the reverse also. We can do -1 also if you want the index in decreasing order. So that's the username. Okay. So now you can create indexes for anything. You can create an index for username if you want. You can create an index for other fields as well. Okay. How to check how much time index took? How much time the index took in creating? So you can do the same thing. Examine. You can write this examine in front of any query, and it will tell you how much time it took to create. Okay. So when you write examine in front of any query, it tells you how much time it took. Yeah. Now there can be for creating an index, is it required for the value for corresponding field to be unique? Let's check that. I think it's not required, but let's check. Let's create an index on age. For the whole document you can create, but that will cost. So let's do on age. No, just go here, because age is particularly going to not be unique. So if I do age equal to 1, yeah, it got created. Even if the value is not same, you can have an index. I was db.users.find, and let's look for age as 19. If I look for age as 19, it will return all the documents which have age as 19. Okay, and the index got created with 19 with age. So it need not be unique because it is saving it in sorted order. Okay, colleague. I think I said it has to be unique. I'm sorry for that. I was remembering something else, but it need not be unique. Then we can have find many query instead of find one. Yes, exactly. You can directly do find query on the database. Yeah. Yes, Vishal. Okay. So that's how you can create a index. Now now we are going to take a short break. Once we come back from the break, we'll discuss some kind of compound indexes, text indexes. There's a lot of there's a lot of data in this class, but I think I can cover it in today's class. Text index is there, and there are range query types, and there are multi-key index, um, compound index, multi-key index. All these things are there. Okay, let's take a break for 18 minutes. Let's come back at 11:28, and then we'll continue again. Have your lunch, or maybe you'll have it after the class. 11:30. Let's come back at 11:30. I'm going to mute myself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hello, students. Welcome back to the class. I hope you are doing well. We'll just get started in a second. Make some noise if you are here. I would love if somebody writes Hakuma Natata in the chat when they return from the break. Hakuma Natata. Okay, so what kind of queries can you have? What kind of patterns you can have in queries? Query patterns. I'll tell you three patterns which are most common, but you can have other patterns as well. You're not feeling cold here in? No, it's in. I'm right now in Hyderabad. Hyderabad is not that cold. Actually, I'm feeling a little. At night, I had to turn on the fan. Hyderabad is a little hot. You are in Himachal Pradesh. Yeah, it must be really cold there. So are you? No, I'm not Telugu Yusuf. I'm from Madhya Pradesh. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Delhi is the place which gets hot also and cold also. Very. I mean, the weather is same in Lucknow. Lucknow is also like that. I used to be in Kanpur way back in my college, and it was very cold. Like, and then there were 8 a.m. classes in the campus, so I have to wake up at like 7 a.m. And I don't know why I would attend the 8 a.m. class on a cold day, but anyways, those were the days. I was Ankit, Ankit, can you focus on our class now? I have not seen Avatar. I have typically noticed this pattern. Every Saturday students want to talk about everything other than studies. They want to talk about movies. They want to talk about what are you doing in the weekend. They want to talk about everything. But yeah, I'll tell you a story. So once I was taking a class. Which holiday is today? I don't know. Is there a? I don't know. It's Saturday. Okay. I thought there is something called as Christmas or something. There is someone. Oh, okay. So now I was taking a class, and that class was on 14th Feb, and I was taking a class, and everyone was attending the class, and I suddenly cracked like, what are you doing in the class? And the class has like 250 strength. And I said, what are you doing on 14th Feb attending a class on data structures? Don't you have something else to do? And that comment actually backfired on me because student asked, Anshul, what you are doing here? Don't you have something to do? And yes, and then I started making comments on 14th Feb. Anyways, there was a class on 14th Feb last year. Okay, so query patterns. There are three query. Yeah, my bosses are not that generous. When you go into teaching field, you'll not get. I'll have typically a class on 25th of December as well. So yeah, that's just part of life as a teacher. Anyways, so we have equality query. Equality query is very simple. You can have user ideas. Okay, so equality query is where user ID. Suppose I say user ID should be equal to, yeah, user ID is equal to 200. Then you are looking for a user whose ID is equal to 200. But there can also be range query. Range query. In this range query, you can look for a range of values. For example, you can have db.users dot find the users whose age is greater than 18 and less than 23. So this will return you all the users whose age is between 18 and 23. So this is called as range query. You understand what range query is? You understand this $GT and $LT, less than and greater than? Vivek, are you following? Vivek, are you in the class? I think you are in the class. I saw your message. Gauri says yes. Ravinder? Yeah, we need the dollar here. This says this is a operator. Dollar says that GT is an operator. It's like a filter. Yeah, exactly like a filter. Okay. Query equality, sir. Equality is basically this one. A DB user, DB users. LT is less than. LT is less than. DB users dot find. You can have age as 19. This is one way, which is I'm only going to return the users with age as 19. Here I'm going to return between 18 and 23. And the last option is multi-value query with sorted result. We can also have these results sorted in order. Suppose this query returns the same query. After this query, what I do is I sort. And I sort it based on the age. So if I do this, this is the same idea. I'm returning multiple values, but now the values are sorted. So I get all the ages from 18 to 23, and the students are sorted. The users are sorted based on their age. So equality, range, and sorted results. These are the three general patterns you will see in most of the queries that you will write. Why age 1? Because I want it to be sorted in ascending order. Whenever I say 1, it means I'm talking about ascending order, increasing order. And age -1 is actually a decreasing order. Age 0 is nothing current. Either it is age 1 or age -1. Okay? -1 means decreasing order, 1 means increasing order. Simple. Very simple stuff. Now I'm going to write some notes in the VS Code because I think there's a student who needs the notes, so I'm going to write it for him. So this is how you can create a collection. And now to create an index, To create an index, all you need to do is db.users.create index, and then you can decide on what you want to create index. Typically, you can do it on user ID, and user ID 1 is what you're doing. And to search for, this will create an index for user ID. Okay. But there is also one more thing that you need to do: explain function. This function, when you append dot explain, what do I have to say? Execution stats, I guess. There's something called as explain. Yeah. execution status. When I do this, when I append this at the end of a query, I can get the runtime details of the query. That's explain function. And then there were three query patterns. There are three query patterns. First which is called as equality query. I'm going to equality query. This is example of this will be db.users.find, and we can have user ID as 250. But this is one. Here we search for exact values. Then we have range query. This is also similar. This is db.users.find. Here you can do age, and then you can do dollar greater than 18, dollar less than 23, and this actually here we search for values in a range, and then we have finally sort multiple values. Query with sort results. The same query can come, and at the end of the same query, we can have sort based on, say, I can sort it based on age, or if I want, I can also sort it based on any other index that I'm looking at. So I can do something like sort based on age, and then I can do here we sort the result in when to put braces. Whenever you are sending an object, you have to put braces. Whenever you are calling a function, you have to put when curly braces will come where you have to put when you have to send an object, and when you have to call a function, it's brackets. Okay. This is written SAS. So that's query pattern. You can also have compound indexes.
लो चार्ज जोड़ दो, मेरा मोबाइल को चार्ज जोड़ दो. हाँ हाँ तो सुबह जल्दी उठना है यार. मानवा कोनो में चैन न खजन भागने बेकार रेलवे से जीतो ही कोनो कोना में किसी के भी पास रहते दुख तो होता. 11 बजे ना बोरी पढ़ी कही के भूखी है तो चिकन इतना सकते लागेल नहीं कि सुतले वो शरीर फ्री नहीं रहे. देखो
नहीं बुलाते हैं तो व्यस्त होता
नहीं जाना
है।
नहीं जाना
कहीं काम में होना थे तो करके सीधा से
चलो का खजुआ
खतरनाक नीला हॉस्पिटल खोल रहे
पानी पीने का गुड्डू करके देना
नहाय का तो ठेकाने खोल दिया
तेल नहीं डाले हैं
कब
वो थी में बहुत टाइट लॉक हो जाता है
कहाँ गए
कुंडी